Hello, welcome to this new topic today, getting out of invisibility. You have a lot to give and you are all in and you give everything to get your message out there. But still, you are not seen. So you might have even given up already to question the channels you're using or to question any other things that came into your mind of what is going on, why you are not seen. And resulting, you might have come to the conclusion, what is wrong with me? Self-employed people might think at first, and that's quite common, I have a marketing problem. Or, it's even more famous, I have a courage problem. And nowadays, I hear this a lot. Or even very famous, it's an mindset issue. But actually, the obvious is just in front of you, and you can find out easily. Because what happens in that moment where you are about to be or become visible, about to make the step, or even while you are doing it and you are being visible, and you might sense it even, and that's the moment of your body pulls you back every time you want to show up, or even every time you are showing up. Visible or not, it's not your head that decides. What happens here in that moment is your nervous system decides. So that means visibility for you is not success, ultimately, but rather it's being seen means being exposed. And if your body has learned early that being seen hurts, then you won't be able to show up or to show yourself in a stable manner. No matter how smart, no matter how competent or how ready you feel, your nervous system decides. So in this video, I want to give you the truth, what's behind the situation of being not visible, of having this hesitation of becoming visible. And this is about why your body protects you actually, and why invisibility is not a failure. It's not at all. And also what needs to change to make visibility for you possible in the first place, so that things are going smooth and that this is fun and joy actually to show up for who you are and what you have to say. I am Marianne Boom from the 618 Bevolution, that space where true lived freedom becomes possible for you again. Invisibility, why does this trigger, or what does this even trigger in you when you hear this word? If you give yourself this time, this moment, and to just listen and feel what this triggers in your body, in your feelings, what comes up. Let's say you're an entrepreneur, you are working or you want to work with others, you're like a coach or a healing job or business, and you have this situation right now, you are not visible, you are unseen. What does that make you feel? And that very moment is already the door to your solution. Because the solution is within you. Why is that? Many people, entrepreneurs especially those who really want to make this work right now, are looking for their solutions in the outside, hoping for quick solutions mostly. They're not going to look for the solution within themselves. So they're asking around, they're going online. So maybe this is why you found this video here today, because you're looking in the outside world for your solution. And in a way, this can happen. But basically, the solution is within you. And here in this video, I'm going to discuss with you 5 truths as a guidance to this very solution for you, so that you have a clue and slightly, I'm not saying tools, but ways to make it happen, so that you can be visible much easier. So for that is a few things you might want to know, you might want to dive deeper into, so that you not only understand, but that you get a certain feeling of the whole situation and the why, what is actually going on within you if you're in that very situation right now. So let's start with the 5 truths. And then I go a little deeper in these 5 truths. I just give you a little overview here. And that's the cause of everything. At the first point, this is that invisibility is not a marketing issue. It's not a marketing problem. It is a relationship pattern. And the second point is that not your head, not your will, but your nervous system determines your visibility. And the third one is just the next one in that row, that the old wounds, the reason of everything, unconsciously sabotage entrepreneurship. And this is a very important point to understand, and you will get to know why in a little bit. Just stay here. So the next is, and here is the right doing, very, very important to understand. So there is no need for more strategy, and that's the 4th truth, more strategy. This is so relevant. More strategy, often and mostly, and that's a natural thing to understand. That's a natural state of being. The more strategy, the more content, the more this and that, even let the problem rise, go bigger, grow. Because what happens when you want to put more strategy from the outside, the nervous system withdraws inside even more. So, problem is getting even bigger, and your well-being will tell you what's going on and why. So, number 5 is here. Of course, I have a way out for you here, and that is very true. It is security in your body, right? No strategy, but security within you, so that real presence can occur, natural visibility, not performance and stress. Big difference, all right? So let's start with the number 1, the real pain here, actually, really, and some people don't see this. If you dive deeper, if you're a person that likes precise deep dives, you will get to that point. It is not the marketing, not the channels, not the words, not the images and all that stuff, or not your clothes, not your haircut, whatever, not your moods. No. The real pain here, the real problem is, the real cause is the relationship pattern. Okay, that's a deep, deep relationship pattern that started very early, right at the beginning of your life, usually, or in the first month, weeks, years, depends on the intensity of that pattern. So meaning, you might know this the situation as an entrepreneur. You want to work with others, you want to coach, you want to do your healing work, you want to bring your big message in the world, and you perform, you deliver, and you take responsibility, you show up even, you do it out there, you give everything. But the outside doesn't respond to you, as if you were not there, as if you were just air. They don't see you, they don't feel you, they don't respond to you. They go somewhere else. You are not seen. And this is even though you're on several channels, you post here, you are here, even you show up in your environment, etc., etc. And here is the closer look necessarily to how are you feeling when you are showing up? In what state of being are you showing up? And here the deep dive starts. Because the issue outside is that your outside receives your unconscious subtle signals from your nervous system through your body. And that might tell the outside to stay away rather from you. Because there is this old early life alert emergency state of being going on. And the world receives the signal and the energy. It can notice and feel it. Unconsciously, the same thing. But that makes the outside not respond and go somewhere else. And that exactly triggers the old primal experiences of not being seen, where you were just maybe born and not being held, although you had the need of. Very common in the old days that babies would have been left alone, right? So in this situation, you give everything and you are not seen out there. Of course, you come to the conclusion of doubting yourself, of doubting your ability to be an entrepreneur even, or even the ability to deliver what you have to give to people. Or maybe you're doubting that you really can't make it because you're not competent, you're not this and you're not that and you're not good enough, and all that is the resulting chain that this invisibility can trigger. And that can be a painful route when it's ongoing like that. So let's go a little deeper into the nervous system, and that's the second truth here. Why your visibility is not a matter of willpower. The truth is that you are not invisible, right? Because you don't dare. You might even dare, but you're still not visible. The truth here is the nervous system has stored the information that visibility is a risk, is dangerous. So when you want to show up today, that old information comes up and stops you. The body pulls you back. No, don't go there. It's dangerous. No, don't. because the experience is there. It's there within you. And it's very old. And that makes it so strong because it's so old. And that makes it also so hard to find. But you can release it. So visibility is commitment and exposure. Your nervous system doesn't ask, do you want to be visible today? It always asks, is it safe? So for people who have experienced exactly that, like early conformity, responsibility, taking responsibility for others on a very small or young age, or neglect, and etc. There's so many other examples who cause that very issue from the very beginning. For them, and maybe for you as well, visibility means danger. Means danger for several reasons, because resulting it means rejection and loss. And that's very, very dangerous for a baby, because that threatens a human life at a very early age, because the little human being depends fully on the adults. And that gives you a better clue why this program from very early on is so strong and persistent and holds you back and protects you. That very moment when you want to show up, very important to understand here, and that's never a mindset issue. It's not something like this. It has nothing to do with the concept of courage. That's another unprecise theory. It is the danger, the rejection, and the loss. Let's look a little bit in the loss, because the loss is the loss of the relationship. And that's why the core issue here of the symptom of invisibility is a relationship issue, right? I said this at the beginning. The loss of the relationship to these adults they have been depending on. There was a cut in the relationship that caused an immense stress. All these feeling of I'm alone, I have to make it here all alone. I am screaming, I'm fighting for my life and nobody sees me. When this old program is active within you, that will be mirrored from the outside once you are in a situation of being an entrepreneur and you're not being seen. It might be that program or something very close similar. So what happens in that situation, or used to happen, the little body from those days went into a freeze state of being. So the withdrawal happened right there. The procrastination happened right there. The overconformity happened right there, was just decided in that moment, in that time. So many people are out there in the world being in this deep freeze state of being and not even knowing about it. They're not even aware of this. And that is the quite normal situation of society. And that depends a little bit also on how people are built, because some people are less sensitive than others just because the way they are wired in their nervous system, and others are more sensitive and go earlier in freeze than others. So when people, let's say, don't care about these things, they will never notice many symptoms in their adult lives, or they even can maybe hold it even longer without any issues for a long time. It depends always on the body type, the lifestyle, etc., many things. So the next is the result of this state of being. What happens to the entrepreneurship when you are in that state of being? And this is what we see a lot out there, where people give up. The entrepreneurship just slips away because a person cannot hold anymore all this tension, all this stress. And every time to have this feeling of, I can't make it, I don't dare, I'm not showing, or I'm not seen out there. What for? I'm not doing this anymore. And because being an entrepreneur requires self-reference and embodiment. So when the old wounds resurface, you might know all these feelings now. You feel small. You feel not ready. You're like, oh no, I'm not going out there today. I'm doing it tomorrow. And tomorrow you do the same. Or you feel you're not stable enough. It's all too much. I don't have the energy. It's all too much. I'm already stressed too much. I am already exhausted. But the truth is, this I am already exhausted is because of the long-term functioning kind of state of being, where your nervous system is telling you now, hey, look closer. This is not going well anymore. So you lose your inner balance, and maybe you tell yourself, I can't show up like this. So note here, very important as an entrepreneur, this is not a mindset problem, right? This is not a mindset problem. There's so much mindset support out there. This is not the point. This is a regulatory breakdown under pressure when you are at that point. So especially here, you might be more aware of, hey, I need to work with my nervous system. It is your operating system. It's like you have a computer and the computer is not working anymore or not properly working. You don't fix the cable, or you don't fix the color, the polish of the computer or the keyboard or anything like that. You need to go deep into the motherboard, into the system, into the deep issues of the computer. Same for us human beings. Go deep in your nervous system. So the fourth truth here is the fallacy. More strategy, more security. No, doesn't mean is not the right way. The strategy is actually, and I said this before, is actually a fatal error that pushes you more into freeze than even before you have been before. Because it puts more, I have to perform information into your system. When you tell your system, I'm doing more content, I'm doing better hooks, I'm doing new positioning again, this increases the pressure instead creating security. That pushes you more, that compromises your system, compresses your system even more. If you put pressure onto your muscles, they compress. That's basically what happens. So more pressure, more work, more performing is the opposite of the solution. The body feels I have to deliver more. And the body knows already for a very long time, I have to deliver here all the time. I am delivering constantly. That's why bodies are exhausted. So the nervous system retreats even further. And that is also why many people spend years in preparation of starting their own business, of starting their free lifestyle from within themselves of who they truly are, because they have an important message, but they don't show up. They prepare, they keep preparing, because that pattern is active within, meaning the body pulls them always back when they want to show up. The number 5 here, the last truth here is the real solution, the way out, the real way out. This is not just heal this wound quickly and just go for it. Be courageous, just go for it. Show up, don't think about it. And all these tips and tricks and marketing and whatever is out there. No. Visibility arises naturally when your body can go along with it again. Your visibility is easy, it's natural when your body goes with you. Just like you see me here right now, sitting in front of you and talking to you. There is no stress in my space. There is no pulling back. There's just embodying what I want to tell you and share today. And that's it. Because my body is aligned with my message, my being, and everything you can perceive here. That means for you, your nervous system always comes first. It's like the operating system of your computer. Without that, there is no working device. Because when you be more aware that your nervous system is the core of everything in life, if it flows or doesn't flow, then you get closer to the solution. So when you start working with your nervous system and facing what's actually going on, then your presence comes back or shows up the first time in a real natural manner you haven't experienced before at all in your own life. The coherence is coming up and you can feel it. Everything falls into place within, not in a magical way. It's a neurobiological process here. And also, when these things are working, then your effectiveness starts from within, just easy. And you will feel the difference. There is no fighting. I have to be online like all the time to get some response. No, this just happens aligned, naturally aligned from an inner balanced state of being. So the visibility will be the result of the processing of the cause of the issue. And please don't get me wrong, it's not about nervous system regulation or prerequisite or whatever. It's not about regulating the nervous system down like the stove. That doesn't work. That maybe is an emergency helper in a situation where you are on stage, where you get a little fear or whatever, and you know how to regulate yourself down, all right? That's a helpful tool. What I mean here is the recalibration, the reorganization of your nervous system back into its natural state. How is it meant to be, so that you can be in your natural state of being, how you are meant to be. Because that was interrupted once you were born, or somewhere around that time. This is where it all started to become a big issue. So it's all about working with your nervous system in a way that it can reorganize, that it can calm down, like in a long run, not just for a moment. So that things are getting in their natural order within you. That nature speaks again through you. So nature is the divine. You are part of the divine. You are divine. So once you bring your inner state into that divine order, life automatically will be in flow for you. That's the most important message today, because your body, our bodies, they are perfect designed. We are so perfectly designed that there is nothing more perfect than the human body, because it's so precisely wired and so perfectly seamless, organized within its, stations, connections, whatever is there. So everything works perfectly together. And that is the state you want to go back to. This is how you came out of your manufacturer, right? So like you reset your phone. It's a natural reset, not the other reset, okay? So the good news is, and that is my final curtain here in this video, you are not destroyed, you are not damaged, you are not broken. You are perfectly fine, still here today, even with symptoms. Things are just out of balance, that's all. And this is redoable. Because, as I just said, your body is very intelligent just by nature. The body does incredible things just on its own, and you're just sitting there and watch. So just get, if not anything else, just get invisibility was once your survival mechanism of your intelligent body. But now you need different inner conditions, not a better branding, please. If you want more inspirations and impulses, just subscribe to the Pathfinder. You get weekly emails into your mailbox. The link you can find under the video, and I see you next time.